Hello, my name is Cristina Dragu, and today I will be your host for a new episode of the InnovX series about tech and innovation and successful landings on the UK markets. My guest is an innovator of great success from the very first cohort of InnovX. Since then, they've continuously succeeded to grow and to benefit of the great and amazing network of the InnovX program. So kindly be introduced to Vlad Cazan, the CEO and co-founder of KFactory, an innovator I and all of us, we are very proud of, delivering significant added value for the manufacturing industry, not just in Romania, where they are currently rooted still, but also worldwide and tailored for the UK markets players. They've recently landed in the UK. It's a fresh footprint with the help of our department, UK for Department Business and Trade, being part of the Global Entrepreneur Program, a program of the UK government tailored to serve the ambitions of the tech companies willing to land in the UK and then expand worldwide using their UK headquarters. Before we kick off, I should briefly make an intro about my official role for the audience, just for you to understand my relevance today and why we have this discussion. So my business as usual hat is to be part of the UK Department for Business and Trades and to take care of those entrepreneurs that are willing to expand in the UK and later scale up from the grey markets to the world. I serve along with my colleagues, the UK governments. So if ever in need of a professional and warm advice to understand the UK markets, the offer, the incentives, and the free government money schemes, please don't hesitate. You can find me physically at my desk in the Bucharest British Embassy. Or online, you can always reach out on LinkedIn, where I have rich social media content about anything that would be of interest for the business community in terms of doing, developing projects on the grey markets. And of course, the second head would be being a mentor on the InnovX European program, where I'm always hunting for future corns like the one today. So Vlad, welcome to our session. Thank you for joining. I'm quite excited to have this episode with you. I'm not a radio or TV person, so hopefully we managed to send the right message to the audience. We are going to demo briefly KFactory as a power of example for a Romanian company, a European innovator with expansion ambitions that managed to build a business in the UK, having a desk there, a physical presence, and as far as I understand, already signed contracts, so you're up and running fully. How did it all start?
Hi, Cristina. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for inviting us to discuss about what we are doing at KFactory. What are our plans to extend and to expand to other markets like UK. And thank you for opening this road, if I can say like this, because if I remember correctly, we have started 1 year ago discussing about this program here. InnovX organized, if I remember correctly, a workshop regarding this program and the plan of UK government to attract or to offer a soft landing program for tech companies. And 1 year ago, we didn't have any idea about all the opportunities that can be, let's say, found in the UK market. And the second, because you have asked how it started, when it was clear for us that the UK is a place to be. It was the trip to London Tech Week. Yeah, organized also by InnovX, and seeing exactly what is happening there, how the startup ecosystem look like, how what are the opportunities for attracting money for growth as a startup, technology startup in UK. So I think it was a decision in one day on our side to go in this direction, and this is how we started with this trip to London Tech Week, and seeing exactly what is happening there, and seeing all the opportunities for us as an Industry 4.0 startup, because you have mentioned, and I want to thank you for the warm words about KFactory. Yes, we are a startup dedicated to digitalize manufacturing industry, and we can discuss later. I think the UK it's the right place to be in this moment for a startup like us.
Yes, definitely we are going to talk about it, because we need to explain to our innovators. Of course, there is no single option, single scenario, or just one way of doing things, and maybe, but in major lines, probably what we managed to achieve together with InnovX, with the UK Department for Business and Trade, and the Dealmaker, that is now part of your expansion team, we can apply this on different other projects, even if it's a different industry, or we are talking about different stages of the product development. So I remember that, our relationship is quite 12 months old now, because we met in May. We had some one-to-one discussions, and then we said, okay, I think you're good for the GEP. You should apply for the program, and just let's have a visit. Let's visit London and meet some relevant key players there. As a first step, did you receive from us mentorship? Have you paid for any of the services and advice that you delivered, we delivered, or the advisors you had on boards? Probably it was a mix. Can you give a little bit of details, because we try to make it soft for you, but there are a lot of knockoffs. The journey can be quite difficult, so not everything is perfect. So just if you could give some examples from the sweet spots and the hard parts of your journey to the UK.
First of all, I think it's important to join to this kind of programs, growth programs, or soft landing programs, accelerators like InnovX. Because as a startup, when you are in front of a new market, a bigger market, because Romania it's a small market in general. We have a small startup ecosystem. Yes, it's growing, but it's still small comparing with UK. We don't have too much experience in a new market and a bigger market. So I think the guidance and all the advisory you are receiving, it's really important. And I think this is the value we found in this program, because we have a deal maker. After being accepted, we have people like you, like our deal makers.
Sorry to chip in order for you to be on board on this program, what were the steps? Was it difficult? Was it a lot of due diligence? So what were the steps for you to be accepted?
No, not at all. It's a very easy process. So it's straightforward. You don't have to, or you don't have to go through a due diligence, or I don't know. The important thing for UK government is to understand that you have a technology, you want to go there, you want to grow, to create local teams, value for some part of the economy, like manufacturing sector. So this is the most important, and you have a plan. So, and what was important for us was to show that we want to grow in this market and to create value. So if you are showing this, if you have a clear plan,
and a relevant product for the markets, of course.
It's really it's an easy process. So only a few things to fulfill in some forms, and
that's it.
But again, you have to show that you are committed to go to UK to create value, and you'll receive full support. And we will discuss later what kind of support.
What kind of support? So I wanted to actually to go a bit deeper into details and actually ask you to explain to our audience what a deal maker is to you and how the deal maker was able to help with the case. I trust they are still doing it, so you can talk about this as well. I would like to say that the deal makers on our program, which is a fully government program, are actually Czech reality people, as I call them. They're people that already build businesses in the UK or international businesses. They completed successful exits, and they are actually working part-time for the government to be able to serve and to share their expertise and knowledge with future entrepreneurs of the ecosystem. So, who is your deal maker, and how did you? I mean, what were the first steps to initiate the projects in the UK?
If I remember correctly, we have started with Martin, and after discussing with Martin, which was our initial deal maker, he understood us, what kind of needs we have, and then he sent us to Team Loft. Because what was the discussion? Okay, what kind of business do you have? What kind of innovation? Which is the sector? So it was clear that we need an area where the manufacturing industry is more developed.
A region of the UK that has opportunities and sweet spots for your type of product and for the industry you're addressing too.
Exactly, and the decision was to go in Midlands, because in Midlands we have a very strong manufacturing industry. We have innovation related to manufacturing and so on, universities, and then I have met Team Loft, who is our current deal maker. As you said, it's coming from business. This was a very nice surprise, because we are talking with a business man, with someone who knows, it's an entrepreneur. He already did some exits. He knows the ecosystem, so he can put you in contact with all the stakeholders that you have to be in contact with.
And he can scale match your ambitions, your level of business.
It's understanding what you are doing. This is important, because if to receive a valuable advice or a correct advice, you have to talk with someone who understands.
So actually, what he did was to advise you on how to have a healthy product fit to the markets, and then together you build a go-to-market strategy by introducing you to the right network or to relevant people.
Yes, but we are talking about two streams here. One is advising about what we are doing, how to approach correctly the local market, and so on. And also, as you mentioned, connecting with the right, let's say, the right people, universities, for example, because
for research and developments.
Yes, we need, and we plan to grow there and to access some grants together with universities in order to move forward with innovation.
You are already selected, or you've applied already for a growth program.
This is the second second part. Yeah, not the second stage. The second topic. Team introduced us to some local growth programs, and we've been accepted in one growth program dedicated to manufacturing. So he knows exactly what are the what program it fits exactly for us.
What is very much different from Romania is that the government is actually supporting the businesses, and depending on their economic needs or economic opportunities in various regions, they actually put a lot of money on the table, free government money as we call it. They bridge the business ecosystem with the universities so that you may access their pool of talent, the students, the doctors, the connected labs and sci parks. Usually the programs that come with these academic networks, the collaboration probably also have is knowledge mixed with funds that are needed at each stage of development for the company.
Yeah, this is comparing with Romania. Yeah, you are right. This is the value in this program, because you are in contact with some stakeholders who, from your industry, which are, as you said, universities are running in partnership with local tech companies, research and development programs. Second, we are talking about money. The government is putting money in the market for research and development, and is an incentive for any tech startup or any tech company to create local teams, to grow local teams, and to all these actions of the government will come back in the economy and will make the economy more powerful.
Yeah,
so this
they have their own reason.
Yeah, and
because I've been doing this for this role for 7 years now, and at the beginning the innovators and the business people in general, they would ask me like, why are you doing this free of charge, like what's in it for you, or it has to be a secret, so it can't be all that good and easy, but UK is actually famous. It's ranked #1 at the ease of doing business, and we are the home of unicorns. We have probably at least 145 global unicorns with headquarters or at least with offices in the UK. And the model from, let's say, from the Europe Central region is quite different, because when you talk about the UK governments and the programs and how we connect to the real life and the real ecosystem, it's actually not about bureaucracy, it's not about due diligence, it's not about theory. We actually do tangible things, and we actually scale match, let's say, the clients, the innovators that come to us with not just with the universities, and but also we have a VC matchmaking campaign, so you can find the right investors, or we have regional investment agencies that can connect you with the players from various city regions. So actually, and then again we have, as I like to say, an army of sector experts that have expertise in your field. So it's not just macro information, it's actually sector applied advice.
Yeah, and I can confirm this. We found there a very developed ecosystem, startup ecosystem, and that's why ecosystem is so developed, because the government is investing in this ecosystem. We have one of the most advanced ecosystem in terms of investments. So again, it's important to have money. As a startup, you need investors which are, let's say, which are investing for, I don't know, 10 years or so. Yeah, it's important to have this ecosystem, but it's not only the ecosystem, and it's also important to have the right support. And I think we are on good hands, if I can say like this, because we are receiving the real support, as you said, connecting exactly with what we should be connected, and yeah, and doing things in the field. Because having workshops, the real thing,
not
in the
pitching
field,
and decks and slides. You actually go on sites. You talk to people that can help you or that can become your partners or your future clients.
And it's a hands-on approach from the deal maker, for example, which is asking you, what do you need? What do you want to do? What are your plans? What's your need in terms of investment? And then trying to connect you to the right dots in order to succeed. Because
what
this
about
is
the business culture? Did you feel like an alien, like an outsider, or what was the vibe on the field when you joined?
Honestly speaking, I feel that we are welcome. So it seems also in the UK you can see a lot of diversity. I think it's in their nature and blood to work with foreign people, to welcome companies. And in terms of tech companies, I think it's a great idea to attract tech companies because tech is valuable. It's having a lot of value, and we are seeing that it's an openness to discuss and to talk and to help us. So it's great from this perspective. So in terms of mindset, they are prepared to give you a soft landing.
It's true. They don't. It's not an element of selection where you come from. Of course, the main idea is for you to be innovative, to have value in your proposal, and to have a differentiator in the business you want to deliver in the UK. Maybe you are not reinventing the wheel, but at least you come up with a unique selling proposition. And then there are so many options, and just because you have so many options, I think it's good that you have a deal maker and you're part of this program because you can navigate easier, and that's how you fast track your business plan, and you don't, as we say in our culture, you don't lose the train. You get to catch the right train, and start making proper money, a proper turnover for such a great company as you are. So what are the next steps now?
In this moment, so part of the program, we committed that we will open legal entity there. This is an initial step. So again, you have to be committed to grow there and to
have a footprint in terms of
a real
legal
footprint.
address.
And this is starting with a legal entity. We succeed to register the legal entity in February, and we have started
on
to
St. Valentine's, right? I think it was on St. Valentine's.
Something like this. And now the plan is to connect with the local ecosystem.
Sorry, just because you said you registered your company, and I have information from the background, but maybe the audience would like to hear about this. You have a physical space for KFactory in the UK. How is that related to the community, business community there? Is it related to a university? So what sort of office is that?
You have multiple options. In general, I recommend to work with a local company who can guide you through the registration of the company, who knows to give you correct advice when we are talking about taxes and so on. So we are working
legal and fiscal scenario. Which is
exactly.
Best.
And we are working with a local company who help give us the support in registering the company and bookkeeping and so on. So I recommend to not to try to register your company by yourself. It's a very easy
process.
But you can do it by yourself. It's 170 pounds or something like this. Everything it's online. So, but I recommend to work with a local company who can give you the correct, let's say, advices. And second, we are having we registered the company in an innovation center, where the company EBS, who is our advisor, is having the offices, and we have also another office in Birmingham, a rented office, because we have rented in Romania from a company who is also present. So from this perspective, and from this perspective, there are some growth programs where you can find also the working space, shared working space. They are offering you also working space if you don't have one. So it's easy.
That's
and
the easiest part.
Yeah, exactly.
Because people, usually you need to run a budget, and you think like, I need to pay for the rent, for the utilities, I need to pay for the team. UK must be expensive. So, is it like this, or?
Again, if someone will give you the correct advice, you will find out that it's not expensive. You have a lot of shared workspace, a lot of flexibility, so you don't have to spend thousands, or I don't know, to allocate a huge budget. I think the most important is to connect to the local ecosystem and to start discussing with the customer to show traction. This is our focus in this moment. We have the legal entity, we have a deal maker team which is helping us. Now we are looking for partners, local partners, and also for customers, because as a startup you have to show traction. And in the second phase, most probably we will, after having some contracts in UK, we will be ready to stay in front of a business angel or a venture capital fund.
Which I know is almost an achieved target, because
you
are on the amber, or let's say on the green side, with your targets. So you're based in Warwick. You also have a desk in Birmingham. So you're in the Midlands region, but that actually connects you with the rest of the UK as well. So there is no dependence. I mean, you can apply for grants or growth programs, or you can do business anywhere in the UK, having that footprint, a flexible footprint with legal address to Warwick.
Yeah, this is correct. The UK is not such a big territory like, I don't know, Germany or France, so you can travel easily to in 2 hours from Birmingham to London or to northern part of the UK. So from this perspective, being in the middle, I think is the right decision. It was the right decision for us.
To be in the heart.
Yeah. And of course, there we have a lot of manufacturing industry, because we are interested directly in manufacturing. So from this perspective.
And you're also at the heart of manufacturing, because the region itself is famous, has a very heavy and long history in that perspective. And also the capital of Midlands, Birmingham, is very close to the main city or the capital of the Northern Powerhouse, the North region of the UK, Manchester, and that connects you with at least 11, 12 other markets. Because the UK, usually we map the UK by regions, and then each city region is a market itself. Exactly. And also having this physical presence bridged with the university support actually allows you to access the communities that are parts of that let's say part of that university ecosystem, or part of the business park where your office is.
Yeah, and what is great is that, as you said, there are communities manufacturing related, like aerospace cluster, automotive cluster. We don't have this in Romania.
It's not just manufacturing in general. It can be manufacturing in so many,
and
across any, probably a lot of sectors.
And you can find communities related to an industry like aerospace, like automotive, which are discussing on daily basis about how they can improve processes, what are the problems in that industry, about digital transformation, because everyone is talking about this. And for a startup like us, it's great because the ecosystem already is discussing about digital transformation, new technology, artificial intelligence, how they can adopt artificial intelligence within factories and so on. So this is great for us. In Romania, we don't have clusters. We have some local NGOs maybe, but it's not so mature ecosystem, and I think this will help us
grow.
Because if you are in a mature ecosystem, you can accelerate and you can grow faster than in a less mature ecosystem like Romania.
You've got client material. That's to put it short. So next you'll be traveling back and forth. You'll be quite active in the UK, where we'll see each other very, very soon, because we are planning to have a new delegation to London Tech Week, and we will be able to secure VIP access thanks to our partners, London and Partners, and the Informa agency having this organized. As well, at the London Tech Week, we'll have some tailored agenda for our delegates, and we will be able to have a new masterclass delivered by GP, by the deal makers. And if you're there with us, we can share your success story and your learnings with other entrepreneurs. Some of them are a bit shy and they think, like, where shall I start from? But we make that quite an easy journey from the logistic perspective. It's really easy, as you said. Would you like to share any tips and tricks or any advice or any funny story with the audience? Is it something or an advice of a grown-up now?
Maybe
because you're a scale-up, you're no longer a startup. You can say you're a scale-up.
Yeah, we can say that we are a scale-up, and I want to say that it's important to have a plan. It's really important to understand. Of course, we are talking about very nice things here, a lot of help and support that you are receiving from local authorities or the UK government. But you have to understand the market or to make efforts in this direction, to be prepared to put a lot of effort. Because you said that I'm traveling, you have to be prepared to travel or to move there if in some cases this is needed.
So it affects your personal life. I mean, you have to change your day-to-day habits.
Yeah, but you have to be prepared to if you are not prepared, my advice is somehow to postpone the application to such a program, because approaching a new market means a lot of effort, internal effort, and in general the effort is done by the co-founders. So
because it's your business, obviously, and it's also a validation process. The fact that you bring evidence to the economy, not to the government, but actually to your prospect leads, clients, partners, by being back and forth, by being dynamic, being present at the right moments, at the right place. So you can only get positive reaction if you only if you're like a couch potato, you sit in one place and you expect things to happen, obviously they won't happen. But that's again something quite easy, because the UK is not that far from most of, because now we address a larger audience covering most of Europe. But UK is such an easy destination to reach, so it's not complicated. And then maybe I should mention, but I don't want to create the appetite for UK by saying all this, but usually we tend to have soft options for our delegates and for our clients, and usually we can provide preferred packages of services from some of our, a development agency, a bookkeeping company, or discounted access or even free access to icon events of the UK, just like London Tech Week, and then we also have a national health system, so MedTech, health tech, major events, artificial intelligence, because this is one of the super sector of the UK. We have 4.9 billion free government money on the table to grow the sector. So in case you're one of the sexy innovators, like you provide cybersecurity, transformative technologies, or as in your case, you help the UK deliver their objectives for the renaissance of the manufacturing industry, then for them it's really easy to welcome you, and they will come to you eventually.
This is happening.
So fingers crossed, everything goes as planned. I wish you best of luck in your UK endeavors. And thank you so much for the opportunity of having this dialogue. We should tell the audience that we are very friendly, and you can reach out on LinkedIn, as I said before, or just connect with the InnovX, because they are really, really amazing. And they have a whole European Innovation Council community. They work with various foreign trade departments. Of course, UK is probably, in my case, I support the UK offer, but then again, there are other markets that might be more suitable for other innovators. So simply connect to the InnovX team. They are amazing. To LinkedIn or watch YouTube and the following podcasts of InnovX. Thank you so much, Vlad.
Thank you very much for inviting me to discuss about UK and soft landing program, and also for opening this path
and
to
hopefully
KFactory.
I think you're the right material for the UK, and let's see, we meet each other next year.
Yeah.
And so in 2 years from the first one-to-one we had, and we will talk about you as an unicorn.
Hopefully. Okay.
Thank you, Vlad.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, guys.